These are my top 10 Mac apps that I use every day. The apps and plugins I use to edit video, creating podcast artwork and YouTube thumbnails, how I record my audio, record my screen grabs, and my productivity apps like Notes and Tasks. Number one has to be Audio Hijack. I'm literally using it right now to record the audio for this video, but I use it every day when I record podcasts, voiceovers, and videos. And I love Audio Hijack because it's so easy to use. I can just put audio blocks in here. You have so many options for choosing audio from applications, input devices like audio interfaces or USB mics, lots of outputs including live streaming that audio, and you can even do built-in effects, which is great if you're going to live stream and you need some of those effects in the audio. But honestly, my favorite part about Audio Hijack is I don't have to think about it. It lives up here in the menu bar. I can start a recording session right here just by clicking Run. And when you put the peak RMS block here, you can show it in the menu bar, and I can always quickly glance up here to make sure that audio is getting to that channel. And if you record audio and video, you know reliability is key, and I have never ever lost a recording using Audio Hijack. So obviously, Audio Hijack is number one. Number two, you need a good Clipboard Manager. If you've never used one on a Mac, you can live right up here in the menu bar. Here I'm using PasteSpot, and it saves everything you've copied to your clipboard recently. Then you can quickly grab that again, even search. This could be text, links, even images. As soon as you install it, you will immediately see how useful a Clipboard Manager can be. Plus, you can do things like add apps to the blacklist so it won't save things from 1Password or iCloud passwords. You can quickly paste recent clippings using a keyboard shortcut rather than just Command V, and it can save up to 1,000 clippings, plus it syncs over iCloud. So if you have this app on other Macs, while Universal Clipboard is good, this is like Universal Clipboard history, which is pretty amazing. Number three, I do a lot of screen recordings because I do tutorial and talking head style videos, and what I use to screen record is CleanShot X. It actually lives right here in the menu bar as well. I actually had to stop my recording and switch over to QuickTime, which I never ever do because I've had QuickTime freeze on me in long screen recording sessions, and I just do not want to have to re-record anything. But CleanShot X also lives here in the menu bar. You can capture things like full screen, capture a window, self-timer, but it gets really powerful when you jump into the settings for CleanShot X. You can do things like choosing if you see the wallpaper and icons during a screen recording. You can set up multiple shortcuts, which one of the things I do is capture previous area as a shortcut. Then during events like WWDC, where I want to take screenshots of the keynote video, I actually have that playing in a window on my Mac, and I can hit this keyboard shortcut and it will just capture that same area of my window every time. This way I have a clean image of whatever's going on in the keynote. Lots of other customizations here, including things like showing the cursor and highlighting the clicks. You can see what that looks like, change the accent color or even the style. Maybe you want it to be a filled circle. And once you go to actually start a screen recording, you get this menu here. You can choose the microphone input quickly. You can even record Mac audio. So if you're doing screen recordings with things like Logic Pro 10 or GarageBand, it can record the audio that's being played in that app in addition to a microphone or whatever you're using to record your voice. And another feature I love, your desktop icons will be hidden when CleanShot X is actually recording. All right, number four is actually an app combination. It's Downy and Transloader, and unfortunately, I can't even tell you about it in this video, otherwise it's gonna be taken down. But rest assured, Downy plus Transloader, both of them live up here in my menu bar as well. And if you wanna learn more about that, there's a link in the video description to my website where I explain what I do with that. I just can't tell you here. But what I can tell you is where you can get incredible apps like Downy, Transloader, CleanShot X, and more, and that's using SetApp. SetApp is an app subscription service with over 240 plus apps included to power up your efficiency and productivity on your Mac. Rather than paying multiple subscriptions for different apps, you can pay one subscription to SetApp, and then you can access and download all of these apps on your Mac. It includes CleanShot X, which I just talked about for screen grabs. It includes Downy and Transloader, even writing apps like Ulysses. And there's so many more. Bartender, especially if you have a MacBook Pro with a notch, that really helps organize those icons in your menu bar. There's Transloader, the other app I was talking about. They have clipboard managers in here as well. Paste is an incredible app. I actually reviewed it here on the channel. And because you have access to all of these under one subscription, you don't have to worry about, should I buy this and then will I use it? SetApp lets you use all these applications with that one monthly subscription. So here's what you do. There's a link down in the video description. You can click that or use promo code Steven Robles, all one word, on the SetApp website. Sign up and you actually get 30 days completely for free, up from the normal 7-day free trial. And you have access to all those apps 30 days for free. See if you like it. And after that free trial, SetApp is just $9.99 a month. So check out that link down in the video description and use the promo code Steven Robles when you check out. My thanks to Setapp for sponsoring this video. Number 5, my go-to calendar app is Fantastical. I actually have an entire dedicated video here on the channel. I'll link it below and in the top right corner. I love the quick access here from the menu bar to be able to see my agenda. And of course, you can open the full calendar window. There's so many features in Fantastical you don't get in the stock calendar app. If you want a deep dive, just check out that other video. Number 6, when it comes to graphics and thumbnails, Pixelmator is my app of choice. I make every thumbnail, every custom episode artwork for my podcast right here in Pixelmator. Just to give you a couple quick examples, one of the things I'll do is I'll take a screen grab from my recording, and if you right click on a layer here in Pixelmator, you can choose just remove background right from here. Honestly, it does it incredibly well. I'll put a solid color just so you can see the difference. Cut me out pretty much perfectly. And then I might do something like add a little gradient here from the other side, and because I'm cut out and I have those two layers separated, it's not gonna color over my face, it's just coloring this background here. And then I have a bunch of layers I actually saved for all my thumbnails. This is a little behind the scenes. I'm probably gonna use these icons in this video. Let's say I wanna put some in the thumbnail. Well, because I have these cut out in the layers, I can kind of put these behind whatever object I'm holding. If I wanna put that little glow around, I can right click a layer, do styles, copy styles, and apply that to anything else. Makes it super easy and fast to make thumbnails. And here's the latest one for my tech podcast, Primary Technology. You should definitely follow in your app of choice. And yes, that terrifying Mona Lisa, it even removed the background from that image pretty cleanly. Number 7, Apple Notes is great, but I actually use Bear for pretty much any text that I have on my Mac. Here was again the latest show notes for Primary Technology episode 17. Sometimes I use HTML, which Bear does a nice job of color coding that, but I can also create a new note. Things are organized by a hashtag, and you can even nest those hashtags within other categories here. The biggest difference between Bear and Apple Notes is this actually supports Markdown. So I can quickly do italics or bold. Maybe I want to link some text. That Markdown makes it super easy, and Bear does a nice job of formatting Markdown. This way it's legible as you're editing a note. There's also a formatting menu if you want to use bold, italic, and rich text formatting as well. Bear can even handle images and tables all within the note, and you can even nest notes within each other. Just put double brackets around text, and that will link this text as another page or note one level deeper. It'll appear as a separate note here in the sidebar, but if you're used to linking notes like in Notion or Craft, Bear can do that too. I can also select text, right click, and then choose to copy as plain rich text Markdown or HTML. Hitting the I button gives me a lot of nice details about character and word count, and I can export the note as a PDF, and there's lots of customization options in the Bear preferences, including things like different color themes, change the app icon, and it's available on every Apple device, so I have this syncing between my iPhone, iPad, and my Macs. Number 8, I gotta say it because I use it every day, it's Final Cut. Final Cut is where I edit all of my videos. There's a couple motion packs that I use, which I'll just plug. MKBHD's motion pack from Motion VFX is incredible. I use his zoom in motion pack a lot, or constant zoom. And the M Podcast pack has a lot of overlays, and the M Review one I use all the time. You can see this thumbs up motion is actually from MKBHD's pack. These zoom ins are also MKBHD's pack. And I use multicam clips in all of my projects for Final Cut because I use another app. This would make my top 10, but I have some other ones that I had to include in the list. But I run every one of my videos through Gling.ai. It's an application where you can give it your raw video file. It doesn't have to upload it. Everything happens here locally on the Mac, and it will cut out bad takes and silences. So if I say something multiple times, which I'm probably doing in this recording, it will actually recognize the last take and only keep that one. Then I can export a multicam clip, and when I bring that into Final Cut, I can sync whatever screen grab, B-roll, and my separate audio track, and all the edits are basically made for me. So my A-roll is pretty much done when I bring it into Final Cut, and then I can focus on putting B-roll, choosing the camera angles, and my overlays and zooms. Also, one other honorable mention app, for my YouTube chapters, I'll do chapter markers here in Final Cut. So I just hit the letter M, and then I'll do Shift M to make it a chapter marker here. And once I add all my chapter markers, there's a great utility called Creator's Best Friend. It can actually live as a standalone app or right here in Final Cut. Then when I drag my project into the Creator's Best Friend window, it's actually going to give me all the timestamps of those chapters I put in the project. I can copy those to my clipboard and then put it in my YouTube video description. Saves me a lot of time when I'm trying to write the rest of the description for my video. Number 9, another third-party productivity app is Things. Yes, Reminders is great. Highly recommend, but I just love the design of Things. I love being able to do subtasks, and Things actually supports Markdown now in the notes area. So you can do bold, italic, even do bulleted lists right here in the note of the app. You can separate things into area and then projects. And of course, it's available on all of your Apple devices, iPhone and iPad. I kind of use Things and Reminders side by side. I use Reminders more for personal things like taking out the trash or putting salt in the water softener because I don't like seeing those tasks alongside my work tasks. So Things is a great tool for my work and productivity tasks, and then Reminders can be for my personal tasks. All right, at number 10, let's be honest, you probably guessed it, shortcuts. Yes, shortcuts even here on the Mac. That's right, shortcuts here on the Mac, even though there's no automations, which hopefully this gets added in the next version of WWDC. I have a ton of shortcuts I use. The ones I use most often I put right here in the menu bar. Simple things like quickly accessing iCloud passwords. This way it jumps to the system settings and I can access my passwords quickly that way. I format the Primary Technology show notes from here. I have Apple frames if I want to take a screenshot and make it look nice. Simple text formatting shortcuts like making HTML into rich text. I use that when I copy and paste from Bear. If you want a full video on all the shortcuts I use specifically on my Mac, let me know down in the comments, but just one I'll show you specifically. When I'm making custom chapter artwork for my podcasts, I can right click on any image that I'm looking at in Safari. I can click the share button and then I'll go to shortcuts. And here I have a shortcut called podcast episode artwork. When I run this shortcut, it will actually get the image from the website, ask me whether or not I want to focus on the center, left, or right side of that image. I'll choose center. Then it's actually going to save that image to a specific folder on my Mac, namely my Primary Tech Show artwork. And here is a square version of that image already cropped. This way I can drag it into Ferrite when I'm editing the chapters of my podcast, and I can quickly do all that custom chapter artwork for Primary Technology, which again, you should really follow and listen to Primary Technology, or you can watch it here on YouTube. There are links down in the video description. If you want to learn more about some obscure Mac apps that I love, check out this video right up here. And if you just got interested in shortcuts because I just showed you that one example, well, I have lots of shortcut videos if you didn't know. I'll put an entire playlist right here. Starts with the basics, helping you learn shortcuts and how to build them. And I have all the way to advanced automations, things for smart homes, and just a ton of stuff. So check out that playlist right up here. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel before you go. Hit that like button. You can leave comments if you're interested in shortcuts for the Mac or just want other productivity and utilities. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.